Hey, it's me, MLB. This is chapter 62 of Touched. This one is titled So Close. I'm sending her into the government building to get us information, Darby said as he watched Twice pick you up and carry you away. And I'll get her to get the complete list of government silent quirk registry. That way we can use those quirk users to make weapons for us, or we can turn them into nomus, Darby said, rolling his head to the side to talk to the leader of the League of Villains. I'm in charge here, the leader, Shigaraki said darkly. Don't go making plans without me. Well, you've been doing jack all to advance our cause, Darby responded tersely. Thought I'd do something useful. Shigaraki remained silent but reached a hand up to his neck and started to scratch at his skin briskly. Tomura, please, Kurogiri, the purplish haze, said in a strong voice from behind the bar. Don't stress yourself. Darby got up and walked over to you to make sure that you were okay, and Kurogiri put his hand on Shigaraki's shoulder. I'll be there to make sure nothing goes wrong, he said reassuringly. Darby is right, though. We need to get information, and if we could get skilled quirk users and turn them into nomus, that would greatly advance our cause, while at the same time weakening the government's resources. Shigaraki stopped scratching and stood up. I'm going to my room, he stated as he left. Just then you awoke and Darby worked as crowd control, keeping Twice and Toga at bay to give you some room. Here, Kurogiri said as he walked over and handed you a glass of water. We need you at your best health for this job. Please tell me this is all a terrible dream, you wailed internally, biting back tears as you sat up and took a sip of water. I don't want to lose this baby. I don't want to die. I don't want to do any of this. Hawks, please save me. Later that day, as darkness fell, Kurogiri walked you and Darby inside the government building. You wrapped your arms around your middle, very apprehensive as to what was about to happen. You go and get the things that we've asked for while I wait back here, Darby stated as he stepped back into Kurogiri's mist. If you get taken down and caught, I'll take great pleasure of disposing of you, Darby said with a low chuckle. So don't get caught, yeah? Slowly he let the mist engulf him, and you were left alone inside the building that you'd never been in before, commissioned to get papers of information from somewhere that you had no idea where to start looking, and told to avoid guards that you had no idea where they were stationed. This is basically a suicide mission. Gingerly you tiptoed down the hallway and opened a door. It was a janitor's closet. You stepped in and closed the door behind you gently. Well, this is deja vu. Back into the closet I go, I guess. You closed your eyes in the darkness and took a few deep breaths. Okay, if anyone comes up to me, I just need to touch them with my quirk. Just fear, just make them terrified. That'll work. You turned around and placed a hand on the door handle. Here goes nothing. You opened the door slowly and peeked out. I have no idea where to start looking. I'm so sure all these doors will be locked. And what about cameras? You stepped out quickly. There was no one around, so you closed the janitor's door behind you and ran down the hall, aiming for another door down the end. You made it to the door and yanked it open. The room was pitch black. It seemed to be some kind of stock room. Not what you were looking for, but at least it gave you a chance to gather your thoughts on where to go next. You quickly entered and closed the door behind you. As you entered the room, there was a guard up in the security office, peering intently at the hallway camera. You right, Frank? Another guard asked when he saw his co-worker staring at the screen. I thought I saw a girl run down the hallway and go into that room, he said, pointing to the door on the screen. A girl? The worker asked. You been smoking again? Well, yeah, but I'm pretty sure I'm sober right now, Frank replied. Well, we'd better go and check it out then, the co-worker said as he turned to the door. Actually, I'll go. You stay here and catch me on the radio if you see her leave the room. Yeah, righto, Frank replied, still staring at the screen. The co-worker left and trundled off down the hall to go and see what was happening. You were still in the stock room when you heard someone approaching. Quickly you ducked behind a shelf and waited. To your horror, you heard them open the door and walk in, flicking the lights on. Ah, crap, I forgot about lights. They're always entering into dark rooms with a torch in the movies. You stayed behind the shelf and kept low, watching the feet of the guard walk around the room. Please leave, he thought. The guard walked past your shelf and you quickly reached through and touched his leg. Terror. Immediately the guard took off at a run, bolting towards the door and racing out into the hall, emitting a loud scream. Wow, okay, terror works well then, you thought. From inside his cell, Hawks heard the scream and looked up at the cell door, spreading his wings to catch as much intel as possible. The guard watching the camera saw his co-worker exit the room in a panic and immediately called for backup. Presently the co-worker arrived back in the guard room. Dude, what's wrong? What happened? Frank asked, bewildered. I have no idea, but I'm terrified. The terror! God, save me! He screamed, his face pale and his body shaking uncontrollably. What the frick? Frank whispered as he got on the radio again. All units to level 3. Security breach. I repeat, security breach. Possible villain. Use extreme caution. Hawks heard the scurrying feet as a mass of guards approached the floor above him. What is it? One guard asked to another as they ran. I have no idea, but something has infiltrated this level, the other replied. You panicked as you heard a mass of guards running towards the room and looked around to try and figure out a way to just evaporate into thin air. The guards entered the room with guns up, calling out for you to show yourself. Your heart was going 1,000,000 miles an hour as you remained hidden. Suddenly, one guard spotted you. It's a girl, he yelled to his fellow guards. Don't move, he bellowed at you as you froze and stared wide-eyed at him. Hawks heard him call out and he immediately deployed a feather to pick the lock on the cell door. I'm sorry, you begged softly, not knowing what else to say. Who are you? The guard who had found you asked sharply as the other guards came running in. Suddenly there was some heavy thumping and a red feather picked you up by the back of your shirt and lifted you into the air, whisking you away and over to the waiting arms of your winged hero. Hawks, you cried as you landed in his arms. It's okay now, baby, it's okay, I've got you, he repeated as he wrapped his arms around you, holding you tight as you broke down and sobbed. Let's ditch this party, he added as he turned to leave. I'm pregnant, you suddenly wailed as you lifted your head and looked at him. I know, baby, I know, he repeated with a bright grin. I'm beyond excited. Not so fast, a cool voice said from the doorway. You looked over your shoulder as Hawks looked up to see who had spoken. Darby was standing in the doorway. And there ends chapter 62. Stay tuned for chapter 63.